NRATV correspondent Dan Bongino is there on the floor right by the giant head of Chris Cox. Dan, thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. So you're also going to be live from the annual meetings tomorrow. Now it's like the calm before Christmas. So it's like Christmas Eve kind of quiet there on the floor right now. I mean, a lot of stuff is going to go down there tomorrow. Dan, what did you see? I mean, you get to do something that I've never been able to do, go onto the floor when no one is there and actually see some things.
I'm not really ready. I got to tell you, I was in the hotel in the Omni over there, connected, and we walked through the lobby, my wife and I, and like 5 or 10 people stopped me to talk. It was super cool. You know, one of them was a guy from New Jersey, and you know, Dana, you've been at this longer than me. I'm kind of new to this, and I'm always candid on the air. I hope I don't put you on the spot, but you've been at this longer than me, and people know you. You know, you've been the spokeswoman, and you have the radio show. I'm new to this. And I just feel like every time I meet one of these patriots that I'm supposed to say something so deeply profound because I'm really touched by them. And I'm just, you know, like they share these stories. Like, I've listened to your podcast, or I watch you on NRA TV, or I saw you on Fox or whatever. And you're like, wow, I've had this unbelievable blessing by God. And I mean that, by God, capital G God, right? To impact people's lives, and it's just touching, and I'm really excited tomorrow. I mean it. I mean, I know you. It's probably tough. I saw you at CPAC, and you know, you had like I knew you were coming because it was like a throng of people I've never seen. It was like a tidal wave of human beings behind you that were following you and stuff. But I'm really looking forward to chatting with some folks out there. It means a lot to me.
It is. You know, Dan, this is I think this is my favorite event ever. Every single year, because there's no pretense. It's just regular, average, everyday men and women who, you know, whenever you know, the stories, the news cycle kind of hits the fan, you know what I mean, and it's you know, there's a lot of pressure, it gets real intense. These are the people that you hear from. These are the people that send you a little word of encouragement, whether it's through Facebook, whether it's through Twitter. And I know that you're like me. Every single comment like that you get from people like that who take time out of their day to say something encouraging, it really does mean a lot. And I love getting to see those people there, you know? I mean, some of the stories that you hear.
This is what makes me think. Like, this goes to show you how there's two worlds out there. There's the media and the liberal world, the world they want you to believe exists, and then there's the real world. And you know, Dana, I'll tell you, I never saw anything like it like I saw it this year with you at CPAC, right? You had just gotten done with CNN and the Bash Fest by the failed sheriff, and the media was a full-blown attack mode on Dana Loesch, the NRA, and everybody else, right? And then you start to believe at times, like, oh, gosh, are we really the enemy? Like, it's all over the news. And then, I'll never forget this. You and I were doing Hannity. And remember this? You walked out before the show. We were getting ready to sit down. And the place went wild. And I thought to myself, this is it. Like, this is a microcosm of this larger fight. The media liberal bubble, which they think is real, and it is for them. But then there's the actual real world, the steel workers, you know, the tin knockers, the carpenters, the people who defend themselves and just want the right to carry to protect their families, those people. And that's when it really hit me that we're on the right side of this.
Absolutely. The energy is always great, and I love it that this is a family event as well. I see so many families that come out, kids that come out, because it really is. I mean, it's a big family event, and I love seeing so many kids that they stop by the Eddie Eagle booth. You know, they go and they walk the floor with their parents. I mean, these people, you know, to hear so many of these individuals, elected officials who've been writing op-eds calling for an outright gun ban, saying that all semi-automatic firearms should be banned, and they say that if you disagree with them, then you're somehow enabling the murder of children or you're terrorists. Now, all of these people that are coming out, and I'm sure, Dan, you've been seeing some of them check into the hotels, they get off the airplanes, they go through the airports. They don't look like terrorists, do they?
Dana, it's so dumb that really, I say on my show all the time, like, we're losing IQ points even entertaining this stuff because it's so ridiculous. But you know, there's one thing you said in your opening, I just wanted to hit this too because you've made a really important point. You know, the crime rate in Dallas is going to drop by about 10 points because these are the most patriotic, law-abiding people you're ever going to meet. But secondly, the money pouring into this city. My wife and I went out last night, you know, shout out to Bob's Steakhouse and Hotel. What a steak. I mean, you can't get bad steak in Texas, right? But, I mean, listen, the bill, it was fairly priced, but we dropped a nice chunk of change in there. So thanks to Dallas for the hospitality. Thanks to the unbelievable American patriots here showing up. And I guarantee you the crime rate drops 10 points in a week in Dallas because the NRA convention's in town.
It's gonna drop 10 points, and the economy is gonna see a nice drop a coin in it as well. Talk to me a little bit about this. Did you see those stupid stories where people were trying to say that somehow waiving the rental fee of the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Center in which you are standing right now, that was somehow a subsidy? And then the stories come out that the city of Dallas is bracing for millions and millions of dollars to be dumped into the economy, as has been done in every single city in which the annual meetings have been held, Dan.
Dana, the desperation to paint this gathering here as something, everything other than what it is, a financial loser, hypocritical. Remember this story? I think I was on with you talking about how the NRA is banning guns. The NRA is not banning guns, you idiots. It's a Secret Service rule. Well, are you that stupid? The AP had to retract their tweet. Yeah, I saw the story. It's of course absurd. It's ridiculous. But it just goes to show you again that bubble they live in, that bubble of untruth. And you don't really realize it until, like you and I, you have the blessing and the opportunity to get out there and talk to hundreds and thousands of people over the course of a couple days, and you see what the real world is made of. Dana, I'm telling you, they're not buying this stuff. They know it's BS. They know it's junk. It's really impacting the media's reputation, not ours. We're good.
What are you looking forward to the most this weekend?
Some live coverage with Grant. I mean, you know, Grant and I are buddies. I mean, we're actually close friends off the off
You guys got a little bromance happening.
Yeah, a little. He's my man-panion, as I say. Sorry, my earpiece coming out of it. But he's my man-panion. You know, he's my companion. He's a dude. So I'll be on set with him. We had a blast at CPAC where you were kind enough to join us, Grant and I, the whole day. And the show's very extemporaneous. So we get to do what I like to do, which is riff. I mean, on my show, I don't use any copy. I just do my own thing because I'm, you know, I said to Denise before the show, can you imagine if I was on drugs or something? I'm already hyper. So with Grant, for all this time, it's going to be the coolest thing ever because I get to riff for hours on camera. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really, really hoping that a lot of folks come up because we do have some breaks and say hello, man. Give us your thoughts, feedback, even if it's criticism. I'm game, man. You don't like segments of my show? Tell me about it. I want to hear about it. The show's for you, not me.
I am looking forward to it. Our coverage begins tomorrow. You're going to be live. I'll be live. Grant will be live as well. Kim Edwards will also be live. And it all kicks off at 9 a.m. Eastern. And, you know, it's going to be so much fun because we get to see the people who actually watch us every day, Dan, while we're doing the show. So it's pretty trippy. I love that. Dan, so good to see you. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
You got it, sister. See you later. Take care.